Hello, my name is Thomas Villarraza, and this is my presentation on Bruno Mars through the eyes of Alfred Adler. Who is Bruno Mars? Bruno Mars was born on October 8, 1985, in Honolulu, Hawaii. He was originally named Peter Gene Hernandez, and his parents were Pete Hernandez and Bernadette Bernie Hernandez. Pete Hernandez was Puerto Rican and known for being a Latin percussionist and singer for a musical group called the Love Notes. Bernadette was Filipino and a former singer and hula dancer. Mars was interested in music as early as 2 years old. Currently, he is a successful Grammy Award-winning musician, singer-songwriter, performer, with multiple hits that have broken the radio charts. Today, we will take a look at Bruno Mars and his life through Adler's theory of individual psychology. In his theory of individual psychology, Adler states that a parent's behavior has a significant amount of influence on a child's development. Since both parents of Bruno Mars engaged in the performing arts, this naturally gave way for young Bruno Mars to embrace music and the desire to be on stage. Bernadette explains that Bruno Mars was a natural, and with Elvis Presley being a very big inspiration, Bruno Mars would practice Elvis dance moves and singing and perform. She said, even if he couldn't pronounce the words, he would sing the beat and he was on pitch. Adler explains that it's not just the parents that influence a child's development, but the influences of his siblings, family, and friends as well. Aside from his parents, Mars had 5 other siblings: Eric, Tahiti, Tiana, Presley, and Jamie, all of which were also musically talented. Eric excels in playing the drums and is part of Bruno Mars' band, the Hooligans, while Tahiti, Tiana, Jamie, and Presley all grew up singing and performed together in a band called Lilas. Another influence was his Uncle John Valentine. Valentine was an Elvis Presley impersonator. Bruno watched Uncle Valentine grow up and eventually performed with him as a child. Adler describes that a well-adjusted person develops a certain lifestyle and pursues not only personal goals, but also contributes to society. Bruno Mars created a lifestyle based on the performing arts and show business that his parents showed him. As a teenager, Bruno Mars used his passion for music in high school. Using his talents, he directed school plays, choreographed pep rallies, and played in a band with his classmates. After graduating high school, Mars moved to Los Angeles to pursue music. Although he was beyond talented, this was the start of his strive from inferiority towards superiority, Adler's fundamental motive. At this point, from an Adlerian standpoint, Bruno Mars fights through his fault minuses. Even though the move to LA for Bruno Mars was liberating, Mars found difficulty in succeeding in his lifestyle due to his felt minuses. These included Mars having inexperience and had disappointing results in Motown Records. Record executives found Mars' race a hindrance in marketing him. He wanted to make his own music, but settled for writing and selling songs for other well-known artists. All this was unsatisfactory for Mars as he felt that he was worth more. Amidst all of the troubles, Bruno Mars met Philip Lawrence, and also an aspiring artist, and started to collaborate. This was the change that pushed Bruno Mars towards his ideal self to make up for his felt minuses. With the assistance of Philip Lawrence, Ari Levine, they formulated the music group The Smeezingtons and produced songs for more artists. Production of songs like Nothing on You by B.O.B. and Billionaire by Travie McCoy were noticed by Elektra Records, Coke Presents, Janik and Mike Caren. After hearing Bruno and his group perform, they signed him immediately. Once being signed with Elektra Records, Bruno Mars started to finally write his own music. His album Doo-Wops and Hooligan was the first original work he released and broke the top 40 musical records in no time. This was the first of many albums for Bruno Mars to create, thus bringing him closer again to his ideal fictional finalism. And that is my presentation on Bruno Mars.